Hi, I'm Mark Goldman.
And I'm Manav Mandani.
And we're going to talk about stock pitch for ZOLTEK. And we're from Engineers for a Sustainable World. So ZOLTEK is a small to medium-sized company that primarily produces carbon fiber. And carbon fiber is used in many composite materials that are lighter than, so for transportation purposes. For example, airplanes and racing bicycles. However, it might also be adopted to automobiles when demand for fuel-efficient vehicles increases. One downside of carbon fiber production is it's currently very energy intensive, and that the precursor, acetonitrile, is currently can't meet the demand that carbon fiber has.
So I'm going to talk about the leadership. The CEO and founder is Zoltek. He's been with the company since 1971 when it was founded. And he holds 6 million shares out of the 34 million available. So he has a pretty huge share in the company, and he's maintained a pretty strong dedication to the company and its growth. And the vice president is Philip Schell, who also has a bunch of patents in carbon fiber and similar sort of research across the country. So the reason ZOLTEK is pioneering the industry of carbon fiber is because they have a bunch of patents on processing carbon fiber. Their main goal in the future is to try and commercialize the use of carbon fiber because it's so lightweight. It can be used to make things more efficient, more streamlined. And the way they're doing this is, one, they have an expensive production process, and the main reagent or the precursor for making carbon fiber, acrylonitrile, they've already started producing a good amount of it. And they're also getting into a lot of research and development in the future for more and more efficient development of carbon fiber.
Here's a quick look at the company finances. They currently have $329 million in assets to help produce carbon fiber. Their net income is just slightly below their total debt, which is low for this size company. So in case the market were to slump down, they would be able to make up money to pay off most of their debt and wouldn't get sunk down in interest, which makes them a stable producer. And they are also spending $7 million and have numerous government grants in the United States and Hungary to produce new products or to reduce the cost of current processes by using lignin fibers. So
here's a depiction of their stock over the last year. As you can see, they've dropped significantly. They've dropped almost 24% from the first quarter of 2011 to the fourth quarter of 2012. And so we believe that it's as you saw in the price to earnings ratio, it's a little undervalued. But in the first quarter of 2013, as you can see, it's been relatively stable, almost growing up a little bit, and so we see this as a positive sign going into the future. So just to run a sort of an analysis, since it's not a really big company, it's not like Apple where you can be sure of its stability. I calculated the daily average return and the average standard deviation and give a Sharpe ratio, which is a measure of the reward to the risk, and it came out to be positive, although not significantly positive enough to show that if you do invest, although there's a good amount of standard deviation, you're going to be able to recover the amount of losses you have.
Some of the industrial risks that the company face is an unknown end to subsidies from wind power, which could remove part of their market, and alternative materials being used for automobiles that also have similar properties of being light and might require less energy to produce. And another risk is the supply of the precursor to produce carbon fibers. So why should you invest in ZOLTEK? They currently are undervalued with a price to earnings ratio of 17, which is below the NASDAQ average of 20. They have a low debt to earnings ratio, so if they were not able to make the sales required, they would still be able to function and wouldn't go under from debt. They're placed strategically in the expanding market to be able to apply their current technology to new applications. And their leadership embraces new methods and processing techniques. Are there any questions?
So you said this company, one of its main reasons for investment is because it has a lot of upcoming growth, correct?
Yes.
So along those lines, for a company such as this, it probably has to expand significantly through its manufacturing centers, and that's going to cost a lot of investment. Do you have any past examples of how successful they've been doing that before?
In investing?
In investing in new facilities.
So like I mentioned, they've already invested in manufacturing centers towards the fourth quarter of 2012. Like I mentioned, they have a production plan for the acrylonitrile, which is the reagent. And so all the fixed costs, the fixed investments for the manufacturing plants have already been done. From now on, it's just about how quickly, how flexibly can you accommodate the growth with the demand.
They also recently created a new facility in Hungary to help promote growth in the European market.